Kunja Bihari. Gopi Jana Vallabha Girivaradhari. Yashoda Nandana Braja Jana Ranjana. Yamuna Tira Vanachari. Jaya Radha Madhava Kunja Bihari. Gopi Jana Vallabha Girivaradhari. Yashoda Nandana Braja Jana Ranjana. Yamuna Tira Vanachari. Jaya Radha Madhava Kunja Bihari. Gopi Jana Vallabha Girivaradhari. Yashoda Nandana Braja Jana Ranjana. Yamuna Tira Vanachari. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Jaya Radha Madhav, Jaya Radha Madhav, Jaya Radha Madhav, Jaya Radha Madhav, Jaya Prabhupada, Jaya Prabhupada, Jaya Prabhupada, Jaya Prabhupada, Jaya श्री श्री राधा माधव की श्रील प्रभुपाद की अनंत कोटि वैष्णव वृंद की ओम ज्ञानतिमिरन्दस्य ज्ञानाञ्जनश्लाकया चक्षुरुन्मिलितं येन तस्मै श्रीगुरवे नमः। श्रीचैतन्यमनोभीष्टं स्थापितं येन भूतले स्वयं रूपा कदा मह्यं ददाति सुपदान्तिकं वन्देऽहं श्रीगुरो श्रीयुतपदकमलां श्रीगुरून् वैष्णवान् श्रीरूपं साग्रजातं सहगण रघुनाथान्वितं तं सजीवं साद्वैतं सावधूतं परिजनसहितं श्रीकृष्ण चैतन्यदेवं श्री राधा कृष्ण पादान् सहगण ललिता श्री विशाखान्वितान् हे कृष्णा करुणा सिंधु दीनबंधु जगत्पते गोपेश गोपिका कांता राधा कांता नमोस्तुते भक्त कांचन गौरांगी राधे वृंदावनेश्वरी वृषभानुसुते देवी प्रणमामि हरिप्रिये वाञ्छाकल्पतरुभ्यश्च कृपा सिन्धुभ्येव च भक्तानां पावनेभ्यो वैष्णवेभ्यो नमो नमः। जय श्री कृष्ण चैतन्य प्रभु नित्यानंद श्री अद्वैत गदाधर श्री वासादि गौर भक्तवृंद हरे कृष्णा 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 हरे 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 राम 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 हरे हरे। नमो विष्णुपदाय कृष्णपस्थाय भूतले श्रीमते भक्ति वेदांत स्वामी नामनि नमस्ते सारस्वती देवी गौरवाणी प्रचारिणे निर्विशेष शून्यवादी पाश्चात्य देशधारिणे। Hare Krishna devotees. First of all, I offer my respectful obeisances unto the lotus feet of Parama Puja Shri Bhakti Swami Maharaj. So we will start now. We are reading from Transcendental Diary, Travels with His Divine Grace, A.C. Bhaktivedanta Swami Prabhupada, written by Hari Sauridasa from August 1976 to October 1976. We are in Sri Vrindavan Dham, Srila Prabhupada. Srimad Bhagavatam class was on first canto, 7th chapter, 10th verse, the famous Atma Arama verse. Srila Prabhupada had Pradyumna read out not only the verse but most of the purport before he spoke. He told us that Lord Chaitanya has explained this verse in 64 different ways, proving that Krishna is all attractive. He said that since Krishna is Purna or perfect, if we fix our minds on the lotus feet of Krishna, everything will follow very perfectly. That is promised by Krishna. Tesham satata yuktanam bhajatam priti purvakam. If one is engaged always in love and affection, not as official love, ecstatic love, spontaneous, that is wanted. That example is here in Vrindavana. At least as we get information of Vrindavana from the Shastras, from Srimad Bhagavatam, how spontaneously the inhabitants of Vrindavana, the gopis and the cowherd boys and the birds, beasts, the cows, the animals, the trees, everyone, even the flies, the bees, the insect, even the dust the grass, they are all Chinmaya, spiritual. They are not material, but they are attracted to Krishna in different varieties. He explained that Krishna has a variety of energies, both spiritual and material. And if we study things carefully, we can understand how these energies are working. Just as a typewriter does not work by itself, but is merely an instrument operated by a person. Similarly, Prabhupada said, material nature is not working independently. Like this temple, it is a composition of earth, water, and fire. Tejovari Mrut Vinimaya. Tejo means fire, and Vari means water, and Mrut means earth. So, what is this building? You have collected earth and shaped it into a brick, and then put it with water, and then put into the fire. It becomes brick. Then you smash it, powder it, it becomes mortar. Then you set up in this way. So the fire, water, earth has not made this nice temple. It is the person, the brain, the engineer, the architect they have made. He said that in the Western world, people say that God is great, but from the Vedic literature, we find out how God is great. You cannot find such information anywhere in any book throughout the whole world. So, there is no question of studying Vedas from a sectarian point of view. For the sake of knowledge, everyone should study this Vedic literature. For the second time, since he has been here, Prabhupada cautioned us not to be misled by rascals who say that the Srimad Bhagavatam was written by someone other than Vyasadeva. He said that Srila Vyasadeva wrote the Srimad Bhagavatam for the benefit of the entire world as the natural commentary on his own work, the Vedanta Sutra, humbly presenting himself as the representative of Vyasadeva. He solicited the help of his youthful disciples. So, we have tried to explain this Satvata Samhita in English for study of the whole world because English can be understood or it can be translated easily. So, these activities are going on, and we are very much thankful to you that you are cooperating. So, in India, you may find some difficulty. Still, your valuable cooperation is required for the benefit of the whole world. Lokasya janato vidvams chakre satvata samhitam atma ramamscha munayo nirgrahita api urukrame kurvanti ahaitukim bhaktim itham bhuta guno harihi. We have to spread the transcendental qualities of Krishna. That is the life's mission. So, as far as possible, try to understand, as advised by Krishnadasa Kaviraja Goswami, Siddhanta Baliya Chitte Na Kara Alasa. Don't be lazy. Always try to understand Krishna by Siddhanta, by Vedic conclusion. not by manufacturing ideas. Don't be lazy. That is the instruction of Kaviraja Goswami. If you study according to Vedic conclusion, don't manufacture ideas and whims and sentiments. If you go through Siddhanta, then you will be more and more firmly fixed up. Iha haite Krishne lage suhruda manasa. Then your life is successful. So here you can see different type of material energies working under the direction of Krishna. For example, Natasya karyam karanancha vidyate natat samaschapyadikasya drishyate parasya shaktir vividayo sruyate swabhavaki jnana balakriyacha. So there is no one equal to Krishna or greater than Krishna. He has so many energies. All these energies are working under him as per his will. And here, one more point is Srila Prabhupada mentioned that we have to understand Krishna through Vedic injunctions, Siddhanta. So, and here, many of Srila Prabhupada's disciples are helped him to translate Sanskrit Bhagavatam into English. So now it is so useful for the so many people in this world. How many people can read Sanskrit properly? Nobody. I think only some people can read and understand. But still, Prabhupada, when he came to Western countries, mainly America, he translated this Vedic wisdom. Because of that, today so many Western devotees able to recite Srimad Bhagavatam and practicing Krishna consciousness. So here Srila Prabhupada was saying thankful to his disciples. Anyone would like to elaborate, Maharaj? We will read from Srimad Bhagavatam, Canto 7, Chapter 1, verse number 9. ज्योतिर्आद ओम नमो भगवते वासुदेवाय
Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya.
ओम नमो भगवते वासुदेवाय
Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya.
ओम नमो भगवते वासुदेवाय
Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya.
ज्योतिर्आदिर इवा भाति
Jyotirānirva bhati.
संघातान्न विविच्यते
Sanghatana vivichyate.
विद्यन्ति आत्मानम् आत्मस्ताम्
Vidyanti atmanam atmastam.
मथित्वा कवयोन्ततः ज्योतिरादिरिवा भाति संघातान्न विविच्यते विधन्ति आत्मानम् आत्मस्ताम् मथित्वा कवयोऽन्ततः ज्योतिरादिर्विवा भाति संघाता न विविच्यते विदन्ति आत्मानम् आत्मस्थं मतित्वा कवयोऽन्ततः ज्योतिरादिर्विवा भाति संघाता न विविच्यते विदन्ति आत्मानम् आत्मस्थं महतित्वा कवयोऽन्ततः ज्योतिरादिर्विवा माताजी ज्योतिरादिर्विवा भाति संघाता न विविच्यते विदन्ति आत्मानम् आत्मस्थं मतित्वा कवयोऽन्ततः ज्योतिरादिर्विवा भाति संघाता न विविच्यते विदन्ति आत्मानम् आत्मस्थं मतित्वा कवयोऽन्ततः Quote to translation. Jyoti, fire, Adi, and other elements. Iva, just as. Abhati, appear. Sanghata, from the bodies of demigods and others. Na, not. Vivichyate, are distinguished. Vidanti, perceive. Atmanam, the supreme soul. Atmastam, situated in the heart. Matitva, by discerning. Kavaya, expert thinkers. Antataha, within. Translation and purport by His Divine Grace A.C. Bhaktivedanta Swami Srila Prabhupada Ki Jai. The all-pervading personality of Godhead exists within the heart of every living being, and an expert thinker can perceive how he is present there to a large or small extent, just as one can understand that simply the supply of fire in wood, the water in a water pot, or the sky within a pot, one can understand whether a living entity is a demon or a demigod by understanding that living entity's devotional performances. A thoughtful man can understand how much a person is favored by the Supreme Lord by seeing his actions. Purport. In Bhagavad Gita, 10th chapter 41 verse, the Lord says, Yad yad vibhuti mat sattvam srimad urjitam evava tad tad evava gachatvam mama tejomsha sambhavam. Know that all beautiful, glorious, and mighty creations spring from but a spark of my splendor. We have the practical experience of seeing that one person is able to do very wonderful things, whereas another cannot do those same things and cannot even do things that require only a little common sense. Therefore, how much a devotee has been favored by the Supreme Personality of Godhead can be tested by the activities the devotee has performed. In Bhagavad Gita, 10th chapter, 10th verse, the Lord also says, Tesham satatayuktanam bhajatam priti purvakam Tadami buddhi yogam tam ena mam upayantite. To those who are constantly devoted and who worship me with love, I give the understanding by which they can come to me. This is very practical. A teacher instructs the student if the student is capable of taking more and more instructions. Otherwise, in spite of being instructed by the teacher, the student cannot make strides in his understanding. This has nothing to do with partiality. When Krishna says, Tesham satatayuktanam bhajatam priti purvakam dadhami buddhi yogam tam, this indicates that Krishna is prepared to give Bhakti Yoga to everyone, but one must be capable of receiving it. That is the secret. Thus, when a person exhibits wonderful devotional activities, a thoughtful man understands that Krishna has been more favorable to this devotee. This is not difficult to understand, but envious persons do not accept that Krishna has bestowed his favor upon a particular devotee in accordance with his advanced position. Such foolish persons become envious and try to minimize an advanced devotee's activities. That is not Vaishnavism. A Vaishnava should appreciate the service rendered to the Lord by other Vaishnavas. Therefore, a Vaishnava is described in Srimad Bhagavatam as Nirmatsara. Vaishnavas are never envious of other Vaishnavas or of anyone else, and therefore they are called Nirmatsaranam Shatam. As Bhagavad Gita informs us, one can understand how one is saturated with Sattva Guna, Rajo Guna, or Tamo Guna. In the examples given here with fire respects the mode of goodness, fire represents the mode of goodness. One can understand the constitution of a container for wood, petrol, or other inflammable substances by the quantity of the fire. Similarly, water represents Rajoguna, the mode of passion. A small skin and the vast Atlantic Ocean both contain water, and by seeing the quantity of water in a container, one can understand the size of the container. The sky represents the mode of ignorance. The sky is present in a small earthen pot and also in outer space. Thus, by proper judgment, one can see who is Devata or demigod and who is an Asura, Yaksha or Rakshasa according to the quantities of Satvaguna, Rajoguna and Tamoguna. One cannot judge whether a person is a Devata, an Asura or a Rakshasa by seeing him, but a sane man can understand this by the activities such a person performs. A general description is given in the Padma Purana. Vishnu Bhakta Smruto Daiva Asurastad Viparyayaha. A devotee of Lord Vishnu is a demigod, whereas an Asura or Yaksha is just the opposite. An Asura is not a devotee of Lord Vishnu. Instead, for his sense gratification, he is a devotee of the demigods, Bhutas, Pretas, and so on. Thus, one can judge who is a Devata, who is a Rakshasa, and who is an Asura by how they conduct their activities. The word Atmanam in this verse means Paramatmanam. The Paramatma or Super Soul is situated in the core of everyone's heart, Antaha, Antataha. This is confirmed in Bhagavad Gita, 18th chapter 61. Ishvara sarva bhutanam hriddesarjuna tishtati. The Ishvara, the Supreme Personality of Godhead, being situated in everyone's heart, gives direction to everyone in terms of one's capabilities in taking the instructions. The instructions of Bhagavad Gita are open to everyone, but some people understand them properly, whereas others understand them so improperly that they cannot even believe in the existence of Krishna, although reading Krishna's book. Although the Gita says Sri Bhagavan Uvacha, indicating that Krishna spoke, they cannot understand Krishna. This is due to their misfortune or incapability, which is caused by Rajoguna and Tamoguna, the mode of passion and ignorance. It is because of these modes that they cannot even understand Krishna, whereas advanced devotee like Arjuna understands him and glorifies him, saying, Param Brahma, Parandhama, Pavitram, Paramam Bhavan. You are the Supreme Brahman, the Supreme Abode and Purifier. Krishna is open to everyone, but one needs the capability to understand him. By external features, one cannot understand who is favored by Krishna and who is not. According to one's attitude, Krishna becomes one's direct advisor or Krishna becomes unknown. This is not Krishna's partiality, it is his response to one's ability to understand him. According to one's receptiveness, whether one be a Devata, Asura, Yaksha, or Rakshasa, Krishna's quality is proportionately exhibited. This proportionate exhibition of Krishna's power is misunderstood by less intelligent men to be Krishna's partiality. But actually, it is no such thing. Krishna is equal to everyone, and according to one's ability to receive the favor of Krishna, one advances in Krishna consciousness. Srila Vishwanatha Chakravarti Thakura gives a practical example in this connection. In the sky, there are many luminaries at night, even in darkness. The moon is extremely brilliant and can be directly perceived. The sun is also extremely brilliant when covered by clouds. However, these luminaries are not distinctly visible. Similarly, the more one advances in Sattva the more his brilliance is exhibited by devotional service. But the more one is covered by Rajoguna and Tamoguna, the less visible his brilliance, for he is covered by these qualities. The visibility of one's qualities does not depend on the partiality of the Supreme Personality of Godhead. It is due to various coverings in different proportions. Thus, one can understand how far he has advanced in terms of Sattva and how much he is covered by Rajoguna and Tamoguna. Very long purport. Srila Prabhupada covered so many topics here. Once again, translation. The all pervading personality of Godhead exists within the heart of every living entity. So, the Supreme Personality of Godhead, Krishna, stays in everyone's heart. Like in Bhagavad Gita, it says that Isvara Sarva Bhutanam Hriddesarjuna Tishtati Brahmayan Sarva Bhutani Yantra Rudhani Maya. So Krishna stays in our heart as the super soul, and he gives direction. Like when wherever we want to go, he will sanction that one. And here it mentioned that people attain the Krishna's mercy. It depends on how much we surrender to Krishna. And Krishna also pleases according to our quality of service, not the magnitude of our service. There are, like, if you see in the case of squirrel in the Ramayana, the body was very small. It was trying to fill the gaps between the stones by filling with sand. So Lord Ram pleased with the service. So one may perform big services, one may not perform those type of big services, but it is completely depend on how, with what quality we are doing and consciousness mainly. If you see, uh, Krishna was or is a relative to Duryodhana and relative to Vidura also. But Duryodhana was very big king. When Krishna was coming, he arranged a big feast for Krishna. But Vidura was normal person, so Krishna chose to go to Vidura's house, not to Duryodhana's house, because it's moreover come to the point that devotion, not the opulence that you have. Finally, who will give the opulence? Krishna only, na? To all the people. So Krishna sees only devotional. So there are in Tirupati, there are many people come and donate hundreds and thousands of euros or dollars as a donation. But the pujari says that Lord face will be so bright when his pure devotee is coming, and when he take darshan when he was leaving, the Lord face once again become so small. Oh, my devotee came and took darshan. Now he is leaving. It was spoken by the temple priest. So one time there was a person who makes the slippers to the people, but he was so devoted to Lord Venkateshwara. So they are very poor. So one day his wife was uh, grinded the rice flour and she put outside so that by through sun it can dried properly. So suddenly when she came out, she saw a foot of Lord Vishnu with so many marks on the foot. So she couldn't understand. So she went and she told to her husband, husband, see somebody put their feet on the rice flour because they wanted to make some drink with rice flour because they are poor. But he was also not very well versed with the Vedic scriptures and the symbols of Lord Krishna or Vishnu. So he went to a Brahmana and asked him, sir, could you please come and see what is this like a food, whose food it is? It has so many symbols. So the Brahmana told that, oh, my dear friend, the food this belongs to Lord Vishnu. Only Lord Vishnu has these symbols on his food. So the poor person, he saved some skin of a animal to make slippers for the people. So he took out and he measured the size of food and he made a wonderful slippers to Lord Venkateshwara. So it is completely, there are many rich people, nobody didn't see the Sri Sri Vijay Gauranga Dayantai Bhagavan ki didn't see the feet of Lord Vishnu, but this poor person got the opportunity to see the Lord foot and made a slippers. So it's completely depends on how deeply we are engaged in devotional service. Then only Krishna will reveal us to understand him. So here one more point says that Krishna is not partial to anyone. If you see in a class, there are some students sit in first rows and hear what teacher is saying and make the notes. Some students sit at back and making some jokes on the teacher or lecturer. So teacher is saying same syllabus to everyone, but only few people are able to grasp and understand. But some people only make fun of teacher. Is there any partiality in the teacher? There is no partiality in the teacher. Only the thing is we are not attentive. So in Bhagavad Gita, Krishna says that Samoham sarva bhutesu name tveshasti na priyaha ye bhajanti tu mam bhaktya maite tesu chapyaham. I envy no one, nor am I partial to anyone. I am equal to all, but whoever renders service unto me in devotion is a friend, is in me, and I am also a friend to him. So in a class, if you see, there are some students are very enthusiastic. If they are not able to understand a proper topic or a subject, personally they will go to the teacher and ask the teacher, could you please explain these things properly once again? Because now I am not able to understand these things. So it shows that when you are interested to learn more, Krishna will provide the guidance and he will give time to teach all the things. But when you are not interested, you take them as a easy. So he is also not that much of very interested. And here, one more point was mentioned, Srila Prabhupada, that when some devotee is um, preaching very nice, you should understand that he is empowered by Krishna. Only when Krishna empowers someone, he can preach very nicely. So it is quite natural because we are under the influence of three gunas. We sometimes become envious of some others. If you see, how many people knows Ramanujacharya here? Ramanujacharya. So Ramanujacharya, one of the alvars, like great devotee in Sri Sampradaya. So he was head of the Srirangam temple. So he was always empowered by Lord Vishnu. So he was preaching very nicely. But the temple priest was so envious. Whoever comes to the temple, they take the darshan of Lord Ranganatha, and they were going to take the darshan of Ramanujacharya. They always give some special interest in Ramanujacharya. Go and meet him, speak with him, try to learn from him. So this makes the temple priest so envious. One day, the temple priest and some other people wanted to kill Ramanujacharya. So the temple priest invited to his home for prasadam, and he told to wife, today Ramanujacharya is coming, so put some poison in food. If he leave, we will go and beg for our like forgiveness. When he dies, we will be very happy, so that everybody will come to us. So the wife of priest was so cultured, but at the same time, she cannot opposite his husband. So she put the poison in the food which is going to give to Ramanujacharya. So Ramanujacharya cleaned his feet and he sat for taking prasadam. But as a motherly affection came out, that she told, my dear son, don't take this prasadam. I put poison in this one because my husband was feeling so envious of you because you are getting name and fame in the society. It is not digestible for my husband. So please go away from him. So this was the thing. When we are envious, if somebody is going higher, we should appreciate and mainly understand that it is given by Krishna. Why Krishna give someone to that much empowerment? Because he is completely surrendered and he is more engaged in devotional service. Then only he can empower someone. Not like everybody can come and empowered by Krishna. First, he will see the surrenderness and devotional service. In the one more time also, Yadav Prakash, also one of the teacher for Ramanujacharya. So by birth, Ramanujacharya was like very intelligent. He will grasp the things very fast. So one time, Yadav Prakash was so envious. So he wanted also kill Ramanujacharya. There are three times murder attempts on Ramanujacharya, but by the mercy of Lord Ranganatha, he escaped all these things. So, and if you see in the case of Srila Prabhupada also, Srila Prabhupada requested so many people in India to help, mainly his god brothers also. But very, very few people uh, helped Srila Prabhupada in spreading the mission. Not only Srila Prabhupada, if you see in India, as a ISKCON, our devotees are distributing so much of literature of Srimad Bhagavatam and Bhagavad Gita on the streets. There are many organizations not able to digest that one. Immediately in the society, they called themselves as a great swamis or great priests. They also criticized the thing. Why these people always dancing or kirtan? Then what to do? And look, nowadays many people came to know the real devotional service through because of Srila Prabhupada and his books and his organization. Or 50 years or 100 years back, there was no that much. Only Vedas and Upanishads and spiritual literature was available for the only higher and that was in Sanskrit. There was no uh, opportunity for the normal people. Through Srila Prabhupada, many people got this opportunity to read Bhagavatam and Bhagavad Gita scriptures. So here also we should understand that some devotees are very good in, for example, Mother Leelamrita Mataji. She is very good at distributing books. Some devotees are very good at decorating deity and decorating temple room. So everybody cannot do every things, na? Everybody has some talent. They can engage or they should find themselves in the talent and engage themselves in the those services. For example, in Pune temple, two matajis, one is Rukmini, one is Satyabhama Mataji. So Satyabhama Mataji was very expert decorating anything in very short time. One day, one devotee, Rukmini Mataji, was doing decoration. So Satyabhama told, Mataji came and told that, Rukmini, you are taking 4 or 5 hours to decorate this room. Look at me, I can decorate this room in 1 hour. So immediately one senior Mataji came and told, look, God has given the talent to you to decorate anything in a very short time. Can you cook like Rukmini? She can cook so many items in very short time, and those are very tasty also. So we should understand that everybody has some talent, and to engage them those talents in the service of Krishna. Not that everybody can do all the things. It is very difficult. Only out of few can do. Hare Krishna. I will stop here. Mataji, would you like to? Maharaj, would you like to comment? Mataji, kind Mataji.
Krishna is equal to everyone. How can we understand that Krishna killed the demon?
Kill the demons. For example, Mataji, like in Pune, there was father and son. So, son was going to college, so he slowly going to in wrong direction. In betting, he was doing gambling games. He was participating in gambling games. So slowly, every time he was taking money from the father, at one point, father was found that my son was engaging in gambling activities. So the son started to blackmail. If you don't give money, I will die. So father was so much inclined or affectionate for the son. He started to give money. Now finally the son lost everything. Then he went to the father's relative also, going and saying that my father is asking money, please give me without the permission of father. So in that way, he taking lot of money from so many people. At one point, father gave a big punishment to the son. If we can see that even the son is a blood relation to the father, but when the son is going in a wrong direction, when he get the punishment, it is benefit for him only. If you do not punish him, he will go and he will do so many mischievous activities more and more. That's why even the we can say that even the punishment also a good cause for the devotee. For if you see the sons of Kuvera, they were so intoxicated when Narada was going, passing through that one, they were so reluctant or they neglected the great saint. So Narada taught them a immediate lesson. Like when somebody is going, you should respect. No? When seniors are going, so you should respect. So they were so neglected. So immediately Narada cursed him that you will become trees in the yard of Nanda Maharaj. But they waited some time. Finally, they got the opportunity to see the Lord Krishna face to face. Even the punishment of Krishna also, it is good for us.
You said the Lord is not partial to anyone, and He also specially favors the devotees. So how do we understand it?
Like Lord Krishna also, you can consider as a just consider for the while a human or something human. So he has also maintained the same relationship. Somebody is loving you so much, can't you reciprocate? So in this is also same like that. If somebody is always chanting his names, glorifying him, engaged in his service as a supreme father, he also reciprocate that one. So that's right. Hare Krishna. ग्रंथरा श्रीमद् भागवतम की, श्रील प्रभुपाद की, पाप मोचनी एकादशी की, अनंत कोटि वैष्णव की जय।